All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We have a recent LR drop, and I'm a little late to this, but really, this Turles and Metal Cooler celebration, not only is it very good, but there's just been a lot to cover. There's just videos I'm probably just gonna end up leaving on the cutting room floor. I'm never gonna get to. Because I think this celebration is actually so strong. Now, remember, that's not necessarily a good thing either, by the way. It's like there are not as many like players active on the game during the June Metal Cooler celebration as there is, for example, the 11th anniversary. So Dokkan really should make sure not to just we blew it out of the park on like one of these in between celebrations. Sorry, that just isn't as important as nailing the big celebration, right? They gotta make sure to do that. So all right, anyway, let's get started. We're gonna do a top 10, and then when I have the kind of like the stacking tiers, I did include top 20. There's not very much movement, I would say. The little movement there is, I'll explain why it's there. At 10 is Carnival Goku. Kind of surprising to see this guy pop in at 10. He's very good. This is a very good character. I mean, you're not gonna really get much downplay or anything. He's got stacking. He has a key blast counter. The survive KO ability is really great. I've been loving this with him. He's just super good. But it's just like, remember, we've never had a period ever in Dokkan history where we've had as many good characters as we do right now. This is like the number one period all time of just like, you're a good character, you're a good character, you're a good character. There's so many good characters. This unit is very useful though. What's funny is I would say this guy is actually a tad better, probably, if fights are a little shorter, which just quickly, if you would have gone to my last tier list, I'm talking in a way where I anticipate the RE fights are going to continue to be long, geared towards the Super Saiyan 4s, but that has not been the case lately. So I've corrected some of these placements a little bit, based on how long could it be, right? But anyway, we have him there. Next is Future Gohan. Now, here, let's just grab Future Gohan and then, okay. For a while, I had Future Gohan as the best Super Int type character, above the Int Super Saiyan 4s, but if we just run this character, one of them on the team, sure. But I don't feel like I've done that. Yeah, I guess we could on the Blues team. That would make a lot of sense. But I don't find myself just using, if I'm using Future Gohan and Trunks, we're using their own team. The issue with this character and why I was like, yeah, I'm going to put the Int Super Saiyan 4s above them now. It's this. So, after an ally's revive is activated, and Future Gohan gets permanent 200% attack and defense and guard. So if you are running Future Gohan and Trunks as your lead plus friend lead, which again, that's pretty much the only way I have been using this character, you'll have one Trunks and then you'll have one Future Gohan, right? Well, I've found that the Future Gohan with this buff can get just destroyed, decimated. But don't, this character, remember, Greatest Tours Jiren, this character was one of our best assets in that Greatest Tours Jiren fight. So, I don't want to, we're not going to, crush this character. Once we swap into Trunks, Trunks is great. Just the way this character is designed, it's difficult to get them out of here. Because turn 1, guard 90% damage reduction. Turn 2, unconditional revive. Turn 3, 100% dodge with Trunks. It's a disgusting setup. So even though maybe there's some characters I think are a little bit stronger, I feel like I am favoring team setups as well too, right? It's at least maybe a little bit more than I have previously. I'm not sure, but yeah, this character, they're gonna be good for a long time. Some of these characters are gonna be good for a long fucking time. I just don't really see how they could be just aged out. Okay, next, I dropped them down a little bit. These are characters that are hurt if the fight is not super long. If the fight is not mega long, the 8th anniversary LREZAs, they're hurt by it, man. If it's just these quick fights that are over by turn 5, you're not getting the monster spirit bomb. And I think that drops the value of these guys a lot. We probably could put them even below future Gohan and Trunks, kind of in like the current meta. I'm going to leave them here, but I mean, we could probably even drop them lower. Once we swap into Goku and Vegeta, the ridiculous damage reduction and their guard, I mean, it's very common where this Vegeta is guarding with 80% damage reduction or some shit. 88%, excuse me, like 8 orbs, 7 orbs, 77% or 88% damage reduction. It's very common, right? But I think, so some of these recent fights, though, they're not going to turn 9 and turn 10 like they were closer to the anniversary, right? So I'm correcting. I'm not. One thing I don't want to be is too rigid. I do want to, I know what I'm seeing with my eyes. I do kind of want to see what people are saying too, and then it's like, okay, they think this, no, that's fucking bullshit, or they're making a solid point actually. But I think that with the content feeling a bit shorter, God Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Kid Gohan, Spirit Bomb Goku from the Tree of Might movie, these are not turn 9 fights, right? These are quick fights, so that hurts the 8th anniversary LRs, and I have to account for that and drop them down a little bit more, right? I think so. Next, we can go ahead and grab the Int Super Saiyan Force. These boys will come in next. They're good. I mean, I wish Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was a little bit stronger turn 1 defensively. That would be really good. Think of Metal Cooler Army, he's ridiculous turn 1. It is very difficult to damage him at all. I do kind of wish that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was structured this way. Vegeta can get crushed. I wish Vegeta double Rainbow Orb changes turn 1, then he doesn't Orb change at all. I wish he was, at least Rainbow Orb changing after it. But, I mean, dude, the hammer you could drop with Super Saiyan 4 Goku is so crazy. And, I mean, so this character is hurt a little bit, I would say, by it, being a fight ending on turn 5 compared to turn 9. But, we still can use, the full power of this character, right? Whereas, the 8th anniversary LR is not really so much. So I like the Super Saiyan 4s right here. They're good. They're good. They're good. I don't know that we really need to talk about them too much more. Next is Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. I like Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The only thing is, certainly, Garesh and the EX Super haters, I mean, guess what? They won. That shit is annoying as hell, dude. I don't know about y'all then, but for me, it ain't no 77%. It's not. I literally, and there's hundreds of hours of evidence of recordings of me saying I only complain if we crit with Daima Goku and don't get the EX Super. So I only complain when we crit, right? And this shit ain't no set, dude. It's like a 47% chance to get the EX Super. And really, this guy is completely built around this. I mean, if you don't have this up, if the Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the other rotation doesn't hit this up, I mean, this really saps the power of his active skill and some of his damage. But, I mean, he's a nice character. Boring is good a lot of times for a Dokkan character. There is a lot of value in caveman, no restrictions. You just put him in slot 1 and let him go, right? People, to me, no offense, I'm using all these team setups. I'm using Saiyan Saga. We're using Metal Cooler. I'm using all these characters, and I mean, I'm just, no Johns. It's a lot to keep track of, dude. These SA passives, and people, Turles comes out and they go, he's boring. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! It's ain't a problem to have a character who's designed like this when we have 50 characters. Just think of Iron Cane. Iron Cane, such a silly little guy. And then it's all right, time to use Metal Cooler. And do you think Iron Cane remembers this? No, dude. No, man. There's a lot to keep track of with these characters. So boring is definitely good a lot of the time. I'm going to tell y'all, we are not mad at a little boring with some of these characters. No way. Okay. Next, I think this is where we grab Turles, actually. I find Turles to be really good. Funny enough, I think his biggest impact is something that I think mostly, for a lot of people, probably really goes unnoticed. But this Turles, I think first and foremost, what is he? What type of character is he? Damage? Defense? Or support? This is a support character, dude. Remember how I said, you know, closer to anniversary, we were in these much longer fights, right? Remember the player's choice battle and shit, right? Those were the fights. Now it's a little shorter. Bro, he provides the team with so much damage right there with this support ability, just his intro support ability, which is nuts, and then his ridiculous domain, which it just does so much for Metal Cooler's team. I just, like, now, like, two things happened in the same data download. LR Turles was released, and Metal Cooler Army was buffed slash fixed. His passive was not working as intended, and it was corrected. And now Metal Cooler, to me, gaps the game, the whole game. And LR Turles has a lot to do with that. This guy's also very strong defensively. We have seen him get sniped. I would say very similar, actually, to Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I do think so. Very similar to Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku in, like, some of these turns, some of the performance. Turles has, I think, two weaknesses I've found. One would be if HP is under 50%, so he's not guarding. He could then, his defense isn't quite as impressive. The other thing I've noticed for him is that it can be difficult to hit 24 key at times. And then most of his damage is coming if he is at 24 key, right? That's a huge thing. But I find LR Turles to be very, very good. The next character, I really don't need to spend time talking about them at all. We have the blues up here. But again, do I actually need to spend time talking about these guys? I thought about putting Turles ahead of them, but I was like, no. They still have an answer for every solution. I think the biggest, like, intelligence IQ test for a Dokkan player is what is your thoughts on this character? If you just go like, yeah, they're really good. Like, they have an answer for every situation, and we don't need to, we don't need to overly glaze them. We also don't need to bait and pretend like their era's done or anything like that. You just go, yep, they're good, like top 5 level, and then we move on to talking about other characters, because it's just, I don't even know how they could get taken out. It wouldn't, because in order for this character to not be good anymore, it's kind of like Blue Goku needs to start getting just slaughtered turn 1, 2, or 3, which is not very common still. Right? Like, it's because, remember, dodge or die does not mean you die if you're hit by a super attack and you have 80% dodge. Dodge or die is a normal, does 800k damage to you. That's not what happens to Blue Goku early in these fights, up until Vegeta shows up and you can, get guard for them. The character, I just don't, they're legitimately one of the strongest characters of all time. On this list, we have several characters who are, like, strongest of all time talks, which is really crazy. So I dropped Majin Vegeta down. Yeah. Majin Vegeta and Angel Goku down. What is the number one reason I dropped them down? Can you guys guess? I've thrown hints out throughout the video. It's the length of content is exactly the reason why. The thing about this character, when we compare them to, say, UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, right, is that this character is stacking. So UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, there's many turns. If we're on a 9-turn fight, a 10-turn fight, UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, there's so many turns where they do literally fucking nothing and they could be killed. Well, I don't want to say nothing, but like physical UI could get killed so fucking easily, dude, after his turn with the guaranteed dodge. Evolution Blue Vegeta, I absolutely despise that character. So when we're going 9, 10 turns, this character's better than UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta if it's a long fight. But I mean, I'm following what the game is doing. They're not dropping these, like, 9-turn fights right now. They're not. So now, it's like Evolution Blue Vegeta shows up once, he has 100% damage reduction. And he's dropping his active skill, which does over 100 million damage. And he does multiple supers over 100 million damage, right? UI Goku has 100% dodge, and he has this massive support, right? It's like, when you get to turn, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's where UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta can start to struggle. And then this character surpasses them because they're stacking. But right now, in the meta, I would say that's not really so much a thing. This character's really good though. Don't like I feel like people would correct and be like, "Oh, yeah, the character, they're not even that good." No, they're up here. They're definitely up here. It's just that they're going to be even better if it's a longer fight for sure. All right, so we have that. Let's slide these boys in. Majin Vegeta. And remember, just because I like I could look back at some of these tier lists and be like, oh, this is a moment where I was wrong or I was right or something like that. I don't like looking back at Majin Vegeta at 1 when they came out, doesn't bother me. I'm okay with walking with that. Yeah, totally fine. And then now things have changed. Things have changed, so I'm fine with this. All right, number 2 is Goma, and number 1 is UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta. Same thing, right? Think about it. Goma is ridiculous in a short fight. So is UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. So there's no way if fights are all of a sudden shorter again, we could do anything besides have them as the top 2. Right now, Goma is dude. I mean, what if I did this? What if I go? I'm telling you, I was in the shower and I was thinking about it. Like, dude, should I just do Goma 1? Because Goma's on the strongest team in the game, which is Metal Cooler's team. But it's like Round the Gods is right there too. Bro, I think I'm gonna go with this, but like, bro, like we could do either. It's shorter fights. Goma can't be killed. UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, it's very hard for them to die as well. Although they do die way more than Goma. Yeah, they do die way more than Goma. They do die way more than Goma. Yeah, they do. I'm going to go with this, but I'm like really wanting to put Goma at 1, especially his presence on Metal Cooler's team, because I'm just favoring Metal Cooler as the god of the game right now, but we'll do this. We'll do this. So this is what I've got it looking like. I was considering dropping Turles down a tier, actually, but I was like, man, I don't know. I really like him a lot better than Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku because of the ridiculous support, I think. Like that support, like I do like him a lot better than Daima Super Saiyan 4. Right? Daima Super Saiyan 4's got his nice intro support, I guess. But yeah, I think that's fine. Blues are there. Then we get down to this bottom row. Remember, same thing. Content feels a little shorter right now. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta goes up. I could probably get Omega on here if we really wanted to. Omega certainly could fit into this row. This character drops down. They are not nearly as good as the fight is shorter. So Gogeta's better. This character drops down. I think Ultimate Gohan in there. This guy is still on timeout because every time I use him, he chokes. Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Here's God Vegeta. I'm totally fine with uploading this tier list with this being the top 20 LRs. I got no problems here. What will people be mad at? I don't even know if people will be upset about the top 10, honestly. I don't think so. Is there a character that will piss people off in the top 10? Judging by what people talk about, maybe they'll say that this character shouldn't even be here. Maybe they'll say they probably would say Golden Frieza and Gogeta or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta should be in the top 10 over Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. That would be the thing. I don't think anyone will have a problem with my top 5. I don't think so. Maybe people want Carnival Goku a little bit higher, but I'm okay where he's at. Maybe people will be upset about the spots 11 through 20, but I mean, whatever. If that's what you're going to cry about, then I feel like I made a good list. So we're going to do this. Here's our previous list. I did maneuver quite a few characters around, but as I explained, a lot of that does have to do with the difference between long and short content. There's a huge change for some of these characters, like the 8th anniversary LRs and UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. If it's a 5-turn fight versus a 9-turn fight, it makes a huge difference. So, Angels, my loves, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.